Super Patch is the most advanced wearable technology in the market, with 15 plus years of research and development. Super Patches are 100% drug-free, non-invasive, and backed by science. Our skin absorbs and transmits information from many different types of stimulation. Every physical, emotional, and psychological function has a corresponding neural code or message in our brain that controls and regulates it. Due to factors such as injury, stress, genetics, etc., these neural codes can get disrupted, leading to poor health, wellness, and performance. At Super Patch, we've decoded these neural messages that manage the neural control of physical, emotional, and psychological functions. Every single Super Patch has a unique pattern of ridges in it, similar to a QR code. When these ridges come in contact with our skin, the receptors in and around our skin send a message to our brain, which then decodes it. This intricate pattern of ridges is known as vibrotactile technology, or VTT for short. When the patch stimulates the skin receptors, it generates and sends a very complex signal to our brain to correct the specific neural codes that may be disrupted. The effects are almost immediate, so you focus less on overcoming wellness and quality of life challenges and more on living a happy.
Varsity Sports Nation. Unleash the champion within.
Varsity Sports Nation welcomes everyone to the city of Titusville, Florida, where it's easy to get a clear view of rocket launches at the Kennedy Space Center, which is 17 miles away from us. It's been a perfect liftoff to the season for the 2-0 Astronaut War Eagles. They're back at home tonight to host the 1-1 Viera Hawks, coming off their first loss of the season. Welcome to Friday Night Lights. Jared Oliver alongside Brian Kelly for this Week 3 matchup. The last matchup between these two was back in 2014. This is the 5th all-time matchup, but a lot of things have changed since then. Viera is in win-now mode with tons of veteran leadership. As for Astronaut, they're 2-0 for the second straight season.
And like you said, back in 2014, I was rocking a bowl cut. One Direction was still dropping music, so a lot has changed since then. But for Astronaut, this year they've been off to a physical start. They've been a confident bunch, led by their defense, only allowing 13 points all year. But don't count out the quarterback, Brennan Waldrop. Can run the RPO, had 100 yards and a score last week. They're going to need to rely on him today if they want to go to 3-0.
Both teams really bring it defensively, especially in the trenches. But, Brian, I got to ask, who was going to have the advantage early on, or who can best create plays down the field and through the air?
It's got to be quarterback Eric Nelson and Jonah Woodruff, the tandem for Viera. The quarterback-receiver tandem has gotten into the end zone in all 3 games this season, including the Kickoff Classic. Look for them to be a big factor if Viera's going to bounce back and get to 2-1 on the season. Viera
wants to go to 1-0 on the road. As for Astronaut, they're trying to go to 3-0 for the first time since 2020, back when they made the playoffs. Kickoff is next under the lights from Story Taylor Stadium. This is Varsity Sports Nation from Astronaut High School. Welcome back to Story Taylor Stadium here at Astronaut High School. We are just moments away from kickoff. 2-0 versus 1-1. Astronaut trying to go to 3-0 for the first time since 2020. Viera trying to get back in the win column after a disappointing loss last week versus Deltona. Brian Kelly here with me on the call. Brian, I want to get your early thoughts on what you're looking forward to in tonight's matchup for a Week 3 showdown.
I'm really looking to see, again, how that quarterback and receiver tandem clashes against this Astronaut defense. Again, 13 points all year. That's no joke. That's a tough defense to get scores against. But the Viera offense has found the end zone in 3 straight games, so it's going to be a little bit of offense versus defense clashing tonight. See whose style comes out on top.
Eric Nelson is the engine for the Viera offense. He's a dual-threat quarterback to the T. He rushed for, I believe, 162 yards last week versus Deltona. What kind of versatility or what does he do for that offense for Viera?
I think it just opens it up. It opens up the RPO. It opens up the play action. And it really makes it harder for Astronaut to have to put a quarterback spy maybe on him and do things of that nature to shut down this potent offense. It just adds an extra layer to the Viera offense, and it's going to be a challenge that the Astronaut defense has to overcome tonight.
Yeah, Eric Nelson rushed for 63 yards. Check that. He threw for 63 yards last week, rushed for 162 yards versus Deltona on 10 carries. So he is obviously the workhorse for that Hawks offense. As for the War Eagles here, what are you looking forward to see from Astronaut tonight?
Again, I'm really looking. Honestly, we have 2 dual-threat quarterbacks clashing tonight, so it's going to be interesting to see who comes out on top in that regard. But again, yeah, it all starts with Eric Nelson. It all starts with how he can run the offense, particularly with his legs. We're going to see how that works tonight.
This game is presented by Total Spine and Orthopedics. We are just moments away from kickoff. The captains are on the field. We'll take one more break as we get set for kickoff here at Astronaut High School.
A sweet day in the Tampa area.
Long drive champion.
Interesting.
All right, we're moments away from kickoff. The Viera Hawks take the field. They will receive the opening kickoff. Astronaut deferred, and they'll get the ball to start the second half. Both teams almost set to go here at Astronaut High School. Jared Oliver, Brian Kelly here on the call for a Week 3 matchup. Both teams playing with a lot of things on the line, trying to sustain that momentum going into the first half of the season. Astronaut trying to get back to the playoffs. Viera went to the playoffs last year, lost in the first round. Want to get back to the postseason and go deeper for sure under third-year head coach Tony Gulla. Also, as for Astronaut, they are also under third-year head coach. So we'll see how things shake out here as both teams take the field. Brian Kelly, final thoughts before kickoff.
They say it's not how you start, it's how you finish. But in football, it's all about how you start. We're a quarter of the way through the season after tonight. Both of these teams are looking for a big head start if they want to make a playoff push. Viera hoping to not fall below 500. Astronaut hoping to stay undefeated. We got a good one here tonight.
First road game of the season for Viera, trying to go 1-0 to start the season.
Lamont out for the kickoff.
Connor Lamoth boots it away. Back to return. Sean Hartman Jr., the Merritt transfer. Trying to find a crease, and he'll be taken down at his own 15-yard line. And that's where we'll see the Viera Hawks offense come on the field for the first time, led by the senior quarterback, Eric Nelson, 9 of 11 through the air last week against Deltona, only 63 passing yards, 62% completion percentage, but he did a lot of damage on the ground, 162 yards on the ground. He is the workhorse for this offense, Brian.
And obviously, yes, he is a senior quarterback. He has done a lot of the workhorse lifting for their team, but also a couple of turnovers in that last game directly leading to 10 Deltona points. Could be the difference. Was the difference maker last week? Got to make some smart decisions this week.
Here we go. First down and 10 for Viera at their own 15-yard line. Offense comes out in the shotgun. Derek Schmadeggy, the running back. Delay snap, and Nelson keeps it on the first play. He's going to pick up a first down. Gain of 14 and a good start for the Hawks.
And, that's what we were saying in the pregame. That's exactly what he can do to a defense. If he's going to be gashing them like that all night, I know it's the first play, but could be a long night in Astronaut.
Tackle made by the junior safety, Kadron Davis. First down and 10 again for Viera from their own 30. Duke Butler checks in at running back. Butler gets it. Inside handoff, has a step, moving on his feet. He's got burst, and he crosses midfield and gets inside the Astronaut 40. So Astronaut already giving up chunk plays against this Viera offense.
And that's 2 straight plays where Viera has gone at least 5 yards before contact. If you're Astronaut, you got to get a hand on them early and prevent the chunk plays, like you said, and now they're already threatening inside the Astronaut 40.
Duke Butler taking over for the all-around back last season, Ryan Bubar. Schmadeggy back in the backfield. Jonah Woodruff, the motion man. Schmadeggy off the right side, picks up 5. Tackle made by Evan Burnett.
Yeah, Viera's just running like a well-oiled machine. I know it's the first drive, but looks like the parting of the Red Sea here every time the offensive line takes a snap.
Before the game, I had a chance to talk to head coach Tony Gulla. He said he has to establish the run game here against this front 7 of Astronaut. Pistol formation for the Hawks. Nelson hands it to Butler. Up the middle. Spins his way for a 3-yard gain.
I might add, establish it he has. They have been 4 straight runs and running it down the throat of Astronaut.
It'll be 3rd down.
Third down and 1 for Viera at the Astronaut 30. Pistol formation for the Hawks. Duke Butler, the running back. Nelson keeps it, picks up the first down to move the chains. Tackle made by Keith Scalet.
And it looked to me on that play like Astronaut knew what was coming. It was a 3rd and 1, very manageable, with the way Viera was running it, very manageable. But they still couldn't stop it, and they're going to have to find a way to stop it. Otherwise, this offense is going to be opened up for the Viera offense.
Flawless drive so far for Viera. First down and 10 from the Astronaut 26. Derek Schmadeggy gets the handoff up the middle, and he'll be stood up and brought down. Gain of about 2 on the play. Schmadeggy had 4 carries for 15 yards through 2 games, but he had 2 rushing touchdowns in week 1 versus Palm Bay. He is the bruising running back in the backfield for this 2-headed monster for Viera. Second down and 8 for Viera from the 25. Nelson looking to throw. First attempt of the night. Hit as he throws, and that one falls out of bounds. Intended target was Sean Hartman Jr. They give it to Schmadeggy up the middle. Falls forward for a gain of 5.
And with the way this wind's blowing, you're right. This has got to be 4th down territory, especially with how efficiently you've been running the ball this drive.
4th and 2. Good stop by the War Eagles.
Brady Kramer is the kicker. No sight of him. And it looks like Viera may go heavy here. The tight end, Royston Goldinger, checking in.
Yeah, and I like this call. You've had a lot of success on the ground in this drive. and there's no reason to think you can't get another 2 or 3 yards. They've had a tough time stopping it today.
Biggest play of the drive for Viera. 4th and a long 3 from the 20-yard line. Derek Schmadeggy, the running back. And early movement, and that's going to give Viera the first down.
And Viera was already running it pretty efficiently, but you don't need to give him any favors if you're Astronaut.
First mistake of the evening for the War Eagles defense.
Penalty on the play. Offside. First down here. Washington.
So first down and 10 for Viera. Nelson to Butler off the right side and puts his shoulder down, gets inside the 10-yard line.
That's the first time they've ran it to the outside on this drive, but it was just as efficient, just as effective as they've been on all the inside runs. Viera just cannot be stopped in the run game so far.
Great tackle by number 45.
Good drive here for Viera on the opening drive. Got a fresh pair of downs here inside the red zone after an offsides penalty on a 4th and 3.
2nd and 6.
Viera 4-7 a season ago, made the playoffs with an early exit in the first round. This is the 5th all-time matchup between these two. The last was in 2014 where Viera won 42-3. Hawks trying to get the first points of the evening. 2nd down and 6 from the 11. Nelson to Schmadeggy, inside run, falls forward for a gain of 3.
And as the rain starts to come down here a little bit, it's a little sprinkle, but this running game for both teams might be something they have to lean a bit more heavy on, and Viera establishing it early could prove critical in this game.
3rd and 3.
Little mist in the air. Third down and 3 for Viera at the 7-yard line. Pistol formation, Schmadeggy the pistol back. Nelson keeps it up the middle on the design run. And that'll be good for a first down as he gets to the Astronaut 4-yard line.
You know, another benefit for Viera being able to just run the ball so flawlessly is it kills time. They've already gone for 6.5 minutes in this first quarter, and Astronaut hasn't even touched the ball.
And
they're looking to waste a little bit more of that.
And that'll take us to our first water break. 5:33 left to go. Viera driving down the field inside the 5. All right, welcome back to Astronaut High School. Viera trying to punch it in for the first points of the night. Pistol formation on a 1st and goal. That, Brian, I don't like that. I think they could have done something maybe a little differently there.
Absolutely. I think you maybe could have leaned into that RPO a little.
Welcome back to Astronaut High School. Jared Oliver, Brian Kelly here on the call. 13-7, War Eagles get their first touchdown of the game. And now the Viera Hawks offense will get the ball back with 4:18 to work with. Their offense has looked superb so far. And this one's fielded by Sean Hartman. And he'll go out of bounds as he crosses the 30-yard line.
And obviously we've mentioned how dangerous their running game has been, but I really think their offense has been dangerous because they were able to score on the 8-minute drive. They're also able to score in under 2 minutes on that last drive. So they've had 2 different drives, 2 different styles, 2 different paces. It makes it a lot harder to stop it for the Astronaut defense.
Viera head coach Tony Gullis said they wanted to establish the run, and they've certainly done that so far. It's been a great first half for Eric Nelson and this Hawks offense. Viera coming out in the 4-receiver set. Duke Butler, the running back. And Nelson gets the handoff. So it looked like Butler was lined up at quarterback there. That'll be a negative play for the Hawks.
It was a big drive for the Hawks. Obviously, you've had momentum this whole first half, but momentum can change like an instant in football. If you give this ball back off a 3-and-out, Astronaut can go down and take the lead to end this half.
Tackle made by Riley Florence, the 6'3" defensive end. Second down and 11 for Viera from their own 31. Butler, the pistol back. Nelson looking to throw. Throws over the middle, and he's got a man. Gabe Freeman, does he have enough juice? Stays on his feet. Touchdown and a home run for the Hawks. How about the dot from Eric Nelson? First touchdown of the season for the senior receiver.
And that's back-to-back drives. We've seen a very similar play where Nelson's taking the top off the defense. This time it's a house call. I mean, Viera, what a response to that Astronaut touchdown. Now Astronaut's got to respond on that one.
Touchdown, Viera.
We knew this Hawks offense had a lot of returning players from a season ago, and they were just moments away from having a breakout game, and this could be the game for the Hawks.
And I know we said, obviously, they had that turnover, but that was on the fault of the special teams. This offense has been flawless. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Astronaut trying to get a timeout here on the 2-point attempt, and they do get it. So it seems like the plan here is to attack
Timeout.
Astronaut down the field in the secondary. We've seen that so far. I mean, Eric Nelson, we know what he can do with his legs, but certainly has looked impressive tonight throwing the ball.
And it sounds like we're kind of just a broken record here, but that running game in that very first drive established this. It's what has allowed this offense to open up. It's what allowed the deep ball to become an option here for the Hawks, and they've executed it time and time again tonight.
Eric Nelson, only 63 passing yards last week versus Deltona. Much different story here.
You might have hit 63 passing yards on that one alone,
yeah,
honestly.
No kidding. So Viera did line up for the 2-point after, but they'll come out and kick the point after try for the extra point.
Viera can take the extra point.
Brady Kramer lines up. Slade Pulliam with the hold. Clean snap. It's up and it's good. So lightning strikes for Viera. 2:59 to go in the first half. 19-7 is your score. How about the Hawks on the road? (20-7) is your score here at Astronaut High School. The Viera Hawks offense has been superb in this first half. Kramer boots it away. And King Rainey will catch it in the end zone, and they'll spot up from the 20-yard line. So this offense for Viera has looked impressive tonight, Brian. I mean, you can't say enough about what Eric Nelson has done, and also that running game, establishing the running game like head coach Tony Gullo wanted to.
Yeah, they've really followed the game plan to a T, and that's why they have 3 touchdowns and 3 drives. Astronaut now needs a big-time response, especially like we said, they can double dip here. If they can get a touchdown here, a touchdown there, then all of a sudden you're back in the lead. But it starts on this drive right here.
So Astronaut does get the ball to start the second half. This would be a huge drive for the War Eagles. Long, methodical drive on their first touchdown. Let's see if they can put something together here with some pace. First and 10 for the War Eagles from their own 20-yard line. Pistol formation for Astronaut. Brown gets the handoff, trying to get to the outside and slung down by James Olsen.
It looked like he might have had the edge on that one, but Olsen just swallows him up in the backfield. Good start for the Viera Hawks defense.
Olsen with 13 tackles last week against Deltona. Also had 3 tackles for loss. That's his first of the night. Second down and 11 for the War Eagles. Waldrop looking to throw. Loads up downfield, and that one falls incomplete. Looking for Jaquan Higgins. Looked like Higgins had a shot there.
Yeah, it looked like he had 2 receivers in the area. It looked like the ball just split right between the two. I'm not really sure who was for. Regardless, he had a good look on that one, but it's 3rd down and long now.
So what you don't want to do here if you're Astronaut, you don't want to give the ball back to Viera with time to work with, and they can drive down the field and Viera scores again offensively, because defensively we haven't seen Astronaut stop Viera at all.
Yeah, absolutely not. I mean, right now you're not panicking because you get the ball to start the second half. You can do the double dip, but if you give the ball back to them, it can become trouble real quickly if they execute the 2-minute offense on the other end. So yeah, needless to say, this is a huge 3rd down for Astronaut.
All right, so Astronaut's going to take a timeout to talk this over. 3rd and 11, 2:13 to go in the first half. .213 remaining in the first half. Astronaut facing a 3rd and 11 from their own 19-yard line. Waldrop to throw. Sets up. Fires over the middle. It's got Rainey, but it's stolen away. What a play from the linebacker, James Olsen. Literally stripped that football away, and that's going to be Hawks football with excellent field position.
I mean, I've never seen an interception like that. He had possession of the ball and then just straight swiped that from him. Amazing athletic play by the Viera defense, and wow, they're set up beautifully here with 2 minutes left in the half.
Second career interception for Olsen, and I mean, he muscled that away.
I mean, it's kind of payback for that 50-50 ball they lost on the last drive.
Now, 2:03 to go for Viera's offense. That's been humming all first half. They start this drive from the 26-yard line. Pistol formation. Duke Butler, the running back. Nelson throws it on the RPO. He's got Woodruff and falls forward for a gain of 7. Tackle made by Trenton Floyd.
And here for Viera, I know it's still the first half, but this could be a knockout punch with the way your offense has been humming. I haven't gotten stopped yet. If you're able to go up 3 scores into halftime, it's going to be hard for Astronaut to come back from this deficit.
Viera has had several explosive plays. 1:30 to work with here with the clock running in the first half. Butler and Woodruff in the backfield with Eric Nelson. Nelson throws far side to Woodruff, makes a move, and trying to get to the end zone, taken down at the 1-yard line.
That was the exact same style play. Looks like Coach is going into his bag of tricks here, and it's working. Everything has been humming for this Viera offense so far.
For the first down, for Viera. First and goal.
First and goal for the Hawks. 60 seconds to go in the first half. This could be a gut punch for Astronaut. Nelson keeps it. Looking end zone, falls forward, touchdown Viera.
Run up the middle for the touchdown for Viera.
And again, that's just what makes him so dangerous, not only as a passer, but he can do with his legs too. Just been dicing up this Astronaut defense all night tonight.
Eric Nelson, the second leader rushing on this team, and you see why. Hawks are going to line up for 2. Nelson to throw, pressure in his face, tries to throw the slant to Gabe Freeman, nothing doing. So 46 ticks to go here in the first half, and how about Viera's offense? Much better performance here in week 3, 26-7 here with 46 ticks to go. And we'll keep things here as well. So, Brian, this is a huge hole here for Astronaut. They do get the ball back to start the second half, but you got to imagine they want to try to get some sort of points here with 46 seconds to go, but you don't want to force a turnover like we just saw on their previous offensive drive.
Absolutely. And like my grandfather always used to say, the best way to eat an elephant one bite at a time. You can't get – there's no 22 per – however many the deficit is. There's no 20-plus point play in football, so you just got to start it one play at a time. That's how you're going to get back into this game. Even if you can manage a field goal, that still helps your cause, and you get the ball to start the second half like you said. So, again, one bite at a time, one play at a time for Astronaut.
Viera coming off a 14-6 loss last week against Deltona. A 180 performance here so far in this first half. Kramer to boot it away. King Rainey back to return along with Jaden Brown. And that one goes into the end zone. And they'll set up shot at their own 20-yard line. Tonight's game is sponsored by Total Spine and Orthopedics as well. Thank you for our sponsors. And this is quite the – I don't know if we expected this in the first half. You know, both of these teams, they're very sound defensively, but it just hasn't been the night that Astronaut has been looking for, especially in their secondary.
Yeah, I got to agree. And like we said, I know it was early in the season, but 13 points a lot in the first couple games, that's no joke. It's a tough defense you're going against. And Viera just set the tone early, and you could see the ramifications of that first drive playing out through the second quarter.
So let's see what wizardry Brendan Waldrop has here with 46 seconds to go. A 4-receiver set. Waldrop looking to throw. Pressure in his face. Avoids the rush. He's going to pull it down, and he'll get what he can. Crosses his own 25-yard line and pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, that could have been another disaster there. Good on Waldrop for getting out of the pocket, getting outside, getting out of bounds and stopping the clock.
38 seconds to go. Astronaut does get the kickoff to start the second half. Second and 4 for Astronaut from the 26. Waldrop taking a shot. Nobody home. Intended target, Hunter Buck.
That's unfortunate because Buck had a step on a much smaller defender. Could have been a big-time play for another 50-50 ball.
So that'll bring up 3rd down and short with 32 seconds to go. Once again, you don't want to give the ball back to Viera. We see they strike fast. You want to maybe bleed clock here, but then you got to imagine Viera may take a timeout.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a tough situation to be in because 30 seconds doesn't seem like a lot, but with the way Viera's been scoring, it might be a little too much, to be honest with you. So Astronaut's got to be methodical here. Don't want to give him too much time.
4 receivers set for Astronaut. Waldrop looking to throw. Keeps it on the QB design read. Spins forward, and he'll be close to a 1st down. Looks like he'll have enough.
Nice run up the middle for the 1st down.
And Astronaut will take a timeout to –
Presented by the Spark Guy.
nope, no timeout. We'll stay here. Clock is rolling. 20 seconds to go. Waldrop, quick throw, near side. Too tall for Buck.
Pass incomplete.
Does stop the clock. 13 seconds to go.
Outside of that 150-50 ball catch, Buck has been relatively quiet. Viera, good job on Viera for clamping the taller receiver, but also some of the throws have been a little bit offline between the two tonight.
$13 seconds remaining in the 1st half. 2nd down and 10 for Astronaut.
For the A.
Draquan Jones, the running back. Waldrop stands tall. Rolling right. Trying to take a shot downfield, and that one almost intercepted. Flag is on the play.
Looks like that's going to be on Astronaut.
We'll see what the flag is. It's going to be holding on the War Eagles. 5 seconds remaining. Don't want to do anything crazy here, Brian.
Yeah, you might just want to, honestly, maybe even take a knee. You don't want to run the risk of any sort of turnover, run back.
Penalty accepted.
So 2nd down and 20 for Astronaut. 5 seconds to go. And Astronaut trying to get their personnel together. They may take a shot here. Got 3 safeties back for Viera. Waldrop, quick throw. That one off target, looking for King Rainey. And that'll take us to halftime. So how about the Viera Hawks leading 26-7 with an offensive explosion here in the 1st half. Astronaut will get the opening kickoff to start the 2nd. We'll take it to halftime. You're watching Varsity Sports Nation from Astronaut High School.
In the world of sports, every decision shapes your future.
At Influencer Council, we understand the importance of making the right choices and having wise counsel.
With our experienced legal team by your side, you can rest easy.
Taxation obligations, investment opportunities, and purchasing assistance can mean the difference in short-term and long-term success.
Our branding specialists work tirelessly to build and elevate your personal brand, making sure you stand out on and off the field. Join Influencer Council and maximize your opportunities.
Every day in the Tampa area, it's the best part.
no business being out there.
You know, I'm a person too.
My name is Brent Bishop. I'm a fitness expert, kinesiologist. I own a studio, Think Fitness Studios. And aside from that, I'm a fitness expert on a national program that airs weekly. And what I experienced today, it's still kind of blowing me away, actually. Because, you know, I'm used to working out and pushing myself to the limit. On 2 particular exercises, I didn't think, like, I couldn't do anything else, definitely, physically. And then just to be able to all of a sudden perform with good form and bang out, 3 to 5 more reps on something, it just blew me away. So, yeah, I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
In the world of sports, every move counts. Every decision shapes your future.
At Influencer Council, we understand the importance of making the right choices and having wise counsel.
Our team specializes in legal counsel, ensuring every contract is airtight and every deal is in your best interest.
In this new world, financial responsibility is even more important than ever before. We ensure our clients understand this new responsibility and educate them on how to navigate it properly. Taxation obligations, investment opportunities, and purchasing assistance can mean the difference in their short-term and long-term success.
Our branding specialists work tirelessly to build and elevate your personal brand, making sure you stand out on and off the field. Join Influencer Council and maximize your opportunities. Legal, financial, branding, legacy. Your future starts here.
Sportsmanship is having pride in your school, your team, and yourself.
Sportsmanship is having pride in your school, your team, and yourself.
Sportsmanship is having pride in your school, your team, and yourself.
Sportsmanship is respect for the game and those who play it.
The FHSA reminds you to take on the responsibility of good sportsmanship.
Play strong, play hard,
play fair.
Fans, don't embarrass your school, your kids, or yourself.
It's just a game. Now be a great fan.
Be a great fan.
Super Patch is the most advanced wearable technology in the market, with 15+ years of research and development. Super Patches are 100% drug-free, non-invasive, and backed by science. Our skin absorbs and transmits information from many different types of stimulation. Every physical, emotional, and psychological function has a corresponding neural code or message in our brain that controls and regulates it. Due to factors such as injury, stress, genetics, etc., these neural codes can get disrupted, leading to poor health, wellness, and performance. At Super Patch, we've decoded these neural messages that manage the neural control of physical, emotional, and psychological functions. Every single Super Patch has a unique pattern of ridges in it, similar to a QR code. When these ridges come in contact with our skin, the receptors in and around our skin send a message to our brain, which then decodes it. This intricate pattern of ridges is known as vibrotactile technology, or VTT for short. When the patch stimulates the skin receptors, it generates and sends a very complex signal to our brain to correct the specific neural codes that may be disrupted. The effects are almost immediate, so you focus less on overcoming wellness and quality of life challenges and more on living a happier and healthier life. Whether it's improving your sleep, enhancing your sports performance, or unlocking other life-enhancing benefits, Super Patch has you covered. Try Super Patch today and start your health and wellness journey.
Let's bench bad behavior for good.
Varsity Sports Nation. Unleash the champion within.
In the world of sports, every decision shapes your future.
At Influencer Council, we understand the importance of making the right choices and having wise counsel.
With our experienced legal team by your side, you can rest easy.
Taxation obligations, investment opportunities, and purchasing assistance can mean the difference in short-term and long-term success.
Our branding specialists work tirelessly to build and elevate your personal brand, making sure you stand out on and off the field. Join Influencer Council and maximize your opportunities.
Almost every day in the Tampa area, it's the best part.
Long drive champion.
You know, I'm a person too.
My name is Brent Bishop. I'm a fitness expert, kinesiologist. I own a studio, Think Fitness Studios. And aside from that, I'm a fitness expert on a national program that airs weekly. And what I experienced today, it's still kind of blowing me away, actually. Because, you know, I'm used to working out and pushing myself to the limit. On two particular exercises, I didn't think, like, I couldn't do anything else, definitely, physically. And then just to be able to all of a sudden perform with good form and bang out, you know, 3 to 5 more reps on something, it just blew me away. So, yeah, I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
In the world of sports, every move counts. Every decision shapes your future.
At Influencer Council, we understand the importance of making the right choices and having wise counsel.
Our team specializes in legal counsel, ensuring every contract is airtight and every deal is in your best interest.
In this new world, financial responsibility is even more important than ever before. We ensure our clients understand this new responsibility and educate them on how to navigate it properly. Tax opportunities and purchasing assistance can mean the difference in their short-term and long-term success.
Our branding specialists work tirelessly to build and elevate your personal brand, making sure you stand out on and off the field. Join Influencer Council and maximize your opportunities. Legal, financial, branding, legacy. Your future starts here.
Sportsmanship is having pride in your school, your team, and yourself.
Sportsmanship is having pride in your school, your team, and yourself.
Sportsmanship is having pride in your school, your team, and yourself. Sportsmanship is respect for the game and those who play it.
The FHSA reminds you to take on the responsibility of good sportsmanship.
Play strong, play hard,
play fair.
Fans, don't embarrass your school, your kids, or yourself.
It's just a game. Now be a great fan.
Be a great fan today.
Super Patch is the most advanced wearable technology in the market, with 15+ years of research and development. Super Patches are 100% drug-free, non-invasive, and backed by science. Our skin absorbs and transmits information from many different types of stimulation. Every physical, emotional, and psychological function has a corresponding neural code or message in our brain that controls and regulates it. Due to factors such as injury, stress, genetics, etc., these neural codes can get disrupted, leading to poor health, wellness, and performance. At Super Patch, we've decoded these neural messages that manage the neural control of physical, emotional, and psychological functions. Every single Super Patch has a unique pattern of ridges in it, similar to a QR code. When these ridges come in contact with our skin, the receptors in and around our skin send a message to our brain which then decodes it. This intricate pattern of ridges is known as vibrotactile technology, or VTT for short. When the patch stimulates the skin receptors, it generates and sends a very complex signal to our brain to correct the specific neural codes that may be disrupted. The effects are almost immediate, so you focus less on overcoming wellness and quality of life challenges and more on living a happier and healthier life. Whether it's improving your sleep, enhancing your sports performance, or unlocking other life-enhancing benefits, Super Patch has you covered. Try Super Patch today and start your health and wellness journey. www.superpatch.com.
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior for good.
Varsity Sports Nation. Unleash the champion within.
In the world of sports, every decision shapes your future.
At Influencer Council, we understand the importance of making the right choices and having wise counsel.
With our experienced legal team by your side, you can rest easy.
Taxation obligations, investment opportunities, and purchasing assistance can mean the difference in short-term and long-term success.
Our branding specialists work tirelessly to build and elevate your personal brand, making sure you stand out on and off the field. Join Influencer Council and maximize your opportunities.
Well, a sweet day in the Tampa area. It's the best part.
Long drive champions.
You know, I'm a person too.
My name is Brent Bishop. I'm a fitness expert, kinesiologist. I own a studio, Think Fitness Studios. And aside from that, I'm a fitness expert on a national program that airs weekly. And what I experienced today, it's still kind of blowing me away, actually. Because, you know, I'm used to working out and pushing myself to the limit. On two particular exercises, I didn't think, like, I couldn't do anything else, definitely, physically. And then just to be able to all of a sudden perform with good form and bang out, you know, 3 to 5 more reps on something, it just blew me away. So, yeah, I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
In the world of sports, every move counts. Every decision shapes your future.
At Influencer Council, we understand the importance of making the right choices and having wise counsel.
Our team specializes in legal counsel, ensuring every contract is airtight and every deal is in your best interest.
In this new world, financial responsibility is even more important than ever before. We ensure our clients understand this new responsibility and educate them on how to navigate it properly. Taxation obligations, investment opportunities, and purchasing assistance can mean the difference in their short-term and long-term success.
Our branding specialists work tirelessly to build and elevate your personal brand, making sure you stand out on and off the field. Join Influencer Council and maximize your opportunities. Legal, financial, branding, legacy. Your future starts here.
2, 1.
Varsity Sports Nation is at Astronaut High School. This is presented by Total Spine and Orthopedic. Lopsided first half. It was all Viera on the offense. 26-7 is your score at the half as we are moments away to start the second half. Jared Oliver, Brian Kelly on the call. Brian, it was all Viera in the first half offensively, and what a performance by their senior quarterback, Eric Nelson. What impressed you the most in the first half?
What really impressed me the most was the game plan. The very first drive took 8 minutes. You were expecting them to continue that formula the whole game because it was working for them, but they switched on a dime, and Eric Nelson started exposing the deep ball in the coverage, and it really helped open up the offense, and they executed on that every single time, and it's really been long drives and short drives. It doesn't matter. Viera's been scoring every single time at will with all these chunk plays.
Astronaut gets the ball to start the second half. What do they need to do or establish offensively to start things out here in the second half?
I really think they just need to establish themselves an identity on offense, whether it's the runs, the pass. They've had some good looks with Hunter Buck, their big, tall receiver. They just haven't been connecting on them. I think they're going to come eventually. I hope they come in this second half because he had a nice 50-50 ball strip away from the defender for the catch that led to their only touchdown drive.
It's been offensive fireworks for Viera in the first half. We'll see if they can continue the light show here in the second half. We're about 2:30 away from kickoff here to start the second half. We'll take one more break from Astronaut High School.
Super Patch is the most advanced wearable technology in the market, with 15+ years of research and development. Super Patches are 100% drug-free, non-invasive, and backed by science. Our skin absorbs and transmits information from many different types of stimulation. Every physical, emotional, and psychological function has a corresponding neural code or message in our brain that controls and regulates it. Due to factors such as injury, stress, genetics, etc., these neural codes can get disrupted, leading to poor health, wellness, and performance. At Super Patch, we've decoded these neural messages that manage the neural control of physical, emotional, and psychological functions. Every single Super Patch has a unique pattern of ridges in it, similar to a QR code. When these ridges come in contact with our skin, the receptors in and around our skin send a message to our brain which then decodes it. This intricate pattern of ridges is known as vibrotactile technology, or VTT for short. When the patch stimulates the skin receptors, it generates and sends a very complex signal to our brain to correct the specific neural codes that may be disrupted. The effects are almost immediate, so you focus less on overcoming wellness and quality of life challenges and more on living a happier and healthier life. Whether it's improving your sleep, enhancing your sports performance, or unlocking other life-enhancing benefits, Super Patch has you covered. Try Super Patch today and start your health and wellness journey. www.superpatch.com.
Jared Oliver, Brian Kelly here at Astronaut High School. Viera leads 26-7. We are under a minute away from kicking things off here in the second half. Astronaut will get the ball to start things off here in quarter number 3. They've got to get something going offensively. It's been sluggish for them. We saw them go down the field on a long, methodical drive, but they're going to have to pick up the pace and execute as well down the stretch here. Viera is coming off a loss, a 14-6 loss against Deltona. As for Astronaut, they're coming out from a 21-0 win last week, and just a complete 180 of a turnaround here offensively as far as the production, and they just haven't been able to get things going here, Brian. So I got to imagine that head coach for for Astronaut, Logan Halleck, is want to try to provide a spark to this offense.
And this is why it was so important for Viera to establish a run early, because even if Astronaut's able to start stringing together some touchdown drives, if Viera's able to keep running like they were in that first half, it's going to be hard for them to get possessions. They're going to be limited in their possessions if Viera's taking chunks off the clock each time they drive the ball.
All right, let's see what the War Eagles can do here in quarter number 3. They get the ball to start the second half. Chance to cut down this deficit. 26-7 is your halftime score. We're just moments away as Brady Kramer puts it in the air. Rainey fields it from the end zone, and Astronaut will start their opening drive here in the second half from the 20.
Obviously, this is clearly a maker drive for Brennan Waldrop and the offense of the Astronaut War Eagles. They've been piecing it together. They've had the big plays. They've had the big plays in the past. They've had the big plays in the RPO. They've had some plays in the running game. They just have to piece it all together on this drive. They've kind of been a bit scattered all over the place. They just need to lock in and have a solid drive, get some chunk plays, and get a touchdown here on the board.
Astronaut off to a 2-0 start for the second straight season. That is in jeopardy here. Trying to go 3-0. First down and 10 for the War Eagles. Waldrop keeps it on the RPO, puts his shoulder down. What a tough run by the quarterback. Daniel Jolly trading paint with QB1, and Waldrop slow to get up.
Yeah, that lower in the shoulder, the extra physicality from Waldrop to get that extra yard or two could prove the difference. You know, you're trying to get as many yards as you can, spark this offense here if you're the Astronaut.
7-yard gain for Waldrop. Looks to be okay. He's toughing it out. It'll be second down and 7 for Astronaut from their own 26. 4 receiver set, early motion. It'll be a false start on the War Eagles.
You got to know, pretty clean game for both sides this week. Contrary to what we've seen in some other games this year, good to start cleaning things up here as we enter week 3, get about quarter of the way done with the season.
Viera trying to go 1-0 on the road here. Jaden Brown, the running back. 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen. Waldrop to throw, and not even. That seemed like the wrong play call. He was not in sync with his receiver, Hunter Buck. He was blocking downfield, and that's a flag. Illegal man downfield possibly.
Yeah, we're calling Hunter Buck's name for the wrong reason, unfortunately. It looked like he tried to feed the big fella again, but fortunately that's going to be back-to-back penalties.
So it was an RPO. Let's see what the call is. Oh, so it's pass interference because Hunter Buck was downfield blocking when the ball was in the air. So that'll be an OPI.
It's unfortunate enough that he wasn't even looking, so they plays incomplete regardless. But to tack on a penalty to that, it's got to be killer. Astronauts just going backwards more than they're going forwards here.
And even in the first half, we saw a little bit. Astronaut had some self-inflicted penalties, kind of stalled out some drives. Viera had some as well, but overcame them.
Absolutely, yeah. Viera, I mean, feels like they didn't have any with the way they were moving. I mean,
yeah.
They just completely overcame, and that's just the difference between these two teams tonight. One is adapting and overcoming, the other is not.
2nd and 18.
So 2nd and 18 for Astronaut. They need to get to their own 30-yard line for a first down. Jaden Brown, the running back. Delay handoff to Brown, up the middle. Good run, gets a lot of that penalty yardage back. That'll be good for a 10-yard gain.
Yeah, that's exactly what you need if you're Astronaut. Chunk plays. You got to get something. Small, methodical drives, eking out the clock is not going to work. You got to get chunk plays. You got to get these big 6, 7, 8, 9-yard gains if you want to be able to make some strides here with Viera.
Much more manageable third down. Call it 3rd and 9.
3rd and 8.
At the 10-minute mark here in the third quarter. Brown, the running back, on Waldrop's right hip. Waldrop pulls it down, up the middle, fighting for yardage, and that may be good for a first down. Tough run by the quarterback.
That was the big boy, big man run by Brendan Waldrop, getting every single yard he can. He got everything he needed just barely as he moves to 6 for the War Eagles.
Keeps the drive alive for Astronaut. And a late flag flies. It's going to be an offsides penalty. It's going to be Sal Orlando, the guilty party, the senior defensive tackle.
You know, one play at a time. You got a big first down run, and coupled by a short 1st and 5 now, and Astronauts trying to gain some momentum here.
Sal Orlando with 3 sacks in week 1 against Rockledge. He's got 4 tackle for losses through 2 games. He is a force to be reckoned with in the interior for Viera. So following the offsides penalty, 1st and 5 for Astronaut. RPO read, King Rainey gets the catch, pushed out of bounds by Dimitri Jean.
Now you're starting to see the RPOs, the delayed handoffs, the QB runs up the middle, starting to work a little bit more for Astronaut. That's kind of their bread and butter. Hopefully it's not too little too late, but they've been executing very well on offense here to open up the second half.
And this is similar to the drive that Astronaut had in the first half when they went down the field methodical, but different story here. You're down 26-7. You need to eventually move with some pace and most importantly, get some stops defensively. Quick throw again to Rainey. Second straight catch, makes a move as he nears midfield. That'll be good for another first down for the War Eagles.
Absolutely. Like you were saying, everything with pace. It's good that they're getting these small plays, getting these bits and pieces, but eventually clock's got to be taken into consideration even earlier than it usually would be, considering you're down 3 scores.
Waldrop taken down quickly on the RPO. Tackle by Brian Veal, another big tackle for him.
Just a little loss on the play. It'll be second down.
Keep your eye on Brennan Waldrop. He's clearly in some pain. He took a big shot earlier in this drive.
Yeah, he's been really putting his body on the line to get that extra effort, to get those extra yards for Astronaut. Hopefully he doesn't put too much out on the line.
8 minutes to go here in the third quarter. We haven't seen Astronaut connect on a lot of jump balls downfield. We saw one, but they've tried several, but just haven't been able to strike yet.
They're going to have to get that going, especially with the time taken into consideration.
Liam Byrne, the motion man. Handoff up the middle to Hagans. And nowhere to go. Brought down by Blake Thomas.
You know, don't get me wrong. This is a good drive. They are moving the ball efficiently. They're about the 50 right now. But this is the type of pace that you would have expected in the first half. But you're down 19 here, about a little bit over halfway through the third quarter, and you have yet to cross midfield. So need a little bit more pace if you're Astronaut.
Give credit to that Viera secondary, keeping everything in front of them.
Absolutely.
So 3rd and 10 for Astronaut. 4 receiver bunch set. King Rainey, the motion man. And a whistle blows the play dead. And that'll be a false start on the War Eagles. Last thing you need on a 3rd and 10.
And I don't have the numbers in front of me, but that's 3 penalties on this drive alone. I believe that's probably as many as they had in the first half. That's just not what you want. You don't want to be sending yourself backwards, especially on such a pivotal drive in the game.
Just going the wrong direction on your home field. Astronaut doesn't huddle much. They line up and get the play call from the sideline.
Honestly, I know it's 3rd down and longish, but you think it's 4 down territory already?
We'll see how this play turns out.
That's fair.
And a delay of game. I mean, this drive is falling apart for Astronaut. Can't get the play call in.
5-yard penalty.
And again, like you're saying, it's these just technical penalties, nothing like a holding or a pass interference. It's these delay of games, these false starts, jumping off sides that happen at your own stadium. That just can't happen.
Lack of execution, miscommunication with the quarterback and the offensive line. We've had several false start penalties here on this drive alone to start the second half. And Viera, I mean, they haven't had to do much. They're keeping everything in front of them.
Yeah, exactly. For every big Astronaut play, it feels like there's a penalty immediately after.
Yep. So Astronaut, I mean, they start the season off 2-0. They're trying to get their third straight win to go 3-0 for the first time since 2020, back when they made the playoffs. So you come back home, you get a good win on the road. This has got to be kind of a gut punch to, the War Eagles faithful.
Absolutely. I feel like they got punched in the mouth on that first drive, and so far they haven't recovered. I think that's just what we've been seeing this whole game, and see if they have something in them on this drive, but not looking great.
Third and complicated. 20 yards to a first down for Astronaut. Waldrop with time, running out of it, dumps it off, and that's going to be for a short gain, brings up fourth down. Heads up catch by Liam Byrne, but nowhere near a first down.
Yeah, you got to give credit for evading that sack, but again, not even close to the amount of yardage you needed, and looks like they will be putting this one away.
Have to. Can't give Viera the ball back with this short of a field.
It's now fourth down.
Connor Lamoth out to boot it away. Got 3 returners for Viera. It's going to take an Astronaut bounce. Gabe Freeman on the bounce. He's got space on the far side. Still on his feet. Nobody in front of him. A flag flies, but it's knees to chest and a track meet down the far sideline. Touchdown, Viera.
Flag on the play.
I think that one might be coming back, unfortunately. It's a shame because that block was well away from the play, unnecessary.
Everyone's walking back.
It sucks if I mean, obviously you're still in the lead, but you've had great plays on offense. You had that stellar interception on defense, and now your special team's getting involved, but it might be coming back.
The officials having a conversation. I'm curious to know if it could be offsetting penalties. Oh, they're trying to adjust the clock. Apparently the clock ran for an extra 45 seconds.
Yeah, that's the opposite of what you want for your Astronaut. You need as much time as you can get.
Here's the call.
Holding on, Astronaut. Holding on, Viera. Penalties offset.
So the penalty's offset. So they will re-kick here on fourth down. So Astronaut catches a break.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, I tell you, Viera, man, they've been clicking on all cylinders tonight.
In all 3 phases of the game, like I was about to say, there's about to be an explosive play on special teams.
Too bad Gabe Freeman can't put that on his highlight tape. I mean, I guess he could.
Yeah, I think I would still put it on there. I'm just kind of just
show the speed down the
the
sideline.
flag was near the bottom, so you can kind of just crop that part out. I feel like.
Yeah. It's not about the penalty because the penalty was far away from the play.
Exactly.
All right, 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 26-7 is your score. Astronaut going to re-kick following the offsetting penalties.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part of it all. Is it was well far away from the play. It didn't need to happen, unfortunately.
Connor Lamoth lined up at his own 16-yard line. High snap, gets it away. It's a short kick. It's going to take a War Eagles bounce. And so Viera will have the ball near their own 30-yard line. 26-7 is your score. Under 5 to play in the third. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Varsity Sports Nation.
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior for good.
Welcome back to Astronaut High School. The War Eagles chewed up almost 7 minutes of clock and had no points to show for. Viera back with the football, and that's Duke Butler down the far side. Almost took that one to the house.
Yeah, and if you're Astronaut, 7 minutes wasting that's not the worst thing in the world. But if you're able to come up with nothing, that's just terrible. And now Viera's, interesting to see if they're going to try and waste some clock or just go for the knockout punch here.
Astronaut came into this game giving up no more than 13 points. Had a shutout last week, 13 points given up in week 1. And tonight, they trail 26-17. First and 10 for Viera. Nelson gives it to Schmadeke. Taking the pile with him. Gain of 8.
Yeah, this running game has been a work of art for the Hawks. It's been a combination of the patience from the backs and the quarterback, for that matter, and the winning of the battle of the trenches for the offensive line. Just a great team effort. That's why they're up 26-7 right now.
And we knew that Viera was going to, at some point, have a breakout game offensively. Didn't think it would be tonight. Because Astronauts' defense is sound, man.
Absolutely. You certainly didn't think it would be to this magnitude.
And the reverse from Hartman picks up the first down. So the play does what it needs to do. That'll move the chains for the Hawks.
Tackled by number 2, Del Monte.
But we said in the open, it was going to be a battle of sound offense versus sound defense, and it's like sound offense has been winning handedly tonight.
3:30 to go here in the third quarter. You got to imagine Viera just wants to slow things down at this point, bleed as much clock as possible.
Absolutely, and the way their running game's been going, it's a privilege they have. It's a privilege they can use. They can easily waste it out to the end, till the fourth quarter.
Viera head coach Tony Gullah told us he wanted to establish the run all night. It certainly did that in the first half, and it set up the play action down the field. And they try to go reverse again. Nothing there at that time.
Great tackle by number 45, Malik Thomas.
Good tackle by number 45. Isaiah Tyson with the carry. 7-yard loss, so you're looking at about 2nd and 17. The one thing I appreciate about Eric Nelson, as much as he runs the ball, he also runs to the sideline to get the play call and comes back in as well. Talk about a well-conditioned quarterback.
Absolutely. He's been flawless this whole night, and you can just see it on display. He's having his best game of the season easily.
Here's Nelson again in trouble, looking for the screen. Duke Butler nowhere to be found.
Great rush by the War Eagles. Incomplete pass.
Brings up 3rd and a mile here for the Hawks.
And it's funny how quickly things can change. We were just talking about the Hawks being able to potentially run it down to the fourth quarter, and now back-to-back good plays on the Astronaut defense. Could force a punt here, get the ball back with some time left in the third.
It'll be a big play if that Astronaut defense can get off the field here. This game is not over yet.
Something to note, they have yet to stop the Hawks. Hawks 4 offensive drives, 4 touchdowns. See if they can kind of stop them here.
Good call, Brian. 4 receiver set. 3rd and forever for the Hawks. Eric Nelson to throw. Has time. Loads up. Throws that one in double coverage. Intended receiver Gabe Freeman, who already has a touchdown pass in this game. Brings out the punt unit for Viera. So the Hawks, they have to punt it. Haven't seen a whole lot of that tonight.
Yeah, not at all. In fact, first time looking at the punter tonight, but it looked like they were trying to get that play that's been working so well for them. But Astronaut was there. Give them credit. They had a little help from the safety, and they're going to get the ball back with a little under 2 minutes to go in the third, see if they can make some magic happen.
Sean Hartman Jr., the Merritt transfer, set to boot it away. King Rainey, the deep man, lined up at his own 15. Short punt. And that will take a Viera roll at the 25-yard line. So the defense for Astronaut does its job. We'll see what they can do here on offense. 1:51 to go here in the third quarter. And so if you're Astronaut, what do you want to see? What do you want to see from them? To put, they took off more than 7 minutes off the clock to start the second half. They got the opening kickoff. You got to imagine they got to move with some more tempo here.
Yeah, I want to see some urgency here. I mean, again, that kind of pace works in the first half when you maybe got more time to use. But, I mean, we're approaching the fourth quarter here, and you haven't made a dent in Viera's lead yet. It's a possession battle here. It's a time battle coming down the end of this one. Got to move with some pace. Got to get some chunk plays here.
1st and 10 for Astronaut at their own 25. Trips to the right. Waldrop to throw. Dumps it down. And not a whole lot.
Yeah, the passes like the short bubble screens or behind the line of scrimmage, again, that works a little bit earlier in the game, but clock is running here. We're down to 90 seconds in the third quarter. Need to start unloading the clip here.
It's a loss of 1 for Draquan Jones out of the backfield. $1:15 to go here in the third quarter. Draquan Jones, the running back. Waldrop sets up, feels the rush, rolls, throws to Jones, and it falls incomplete.
And give credit that Viera front. We've been giving the offensive line a lot of praise tonight, but let's shift over to the defensive line, making Waldrop uncomfortable all night, stuffing the holes in the running game. Got to give them credit. It's the reason they're up so big.
Yeah. That front four for Viera, impressive. Jason Harp, 6'2", 190. Dylan Price, 6'3", 275. Sal Orlando, the senior. He's the biggest guy down there. Brian Ville, 6'2", 190. Has made life uncomfortable for Brennan Waldrop tonight. 3rd and 11 for the War Eagles. Jaden Brown on Waldrop's left hip. Waldrop maneuvering the pocket and going to be sacked and goes down once again tonight. Brian Ville, what a night he's having.
Yeah, he's just been relentlessly pursuing Waldrop all night, and, give him credit. Another drive, another 3-and-out forced by Viera's defense.
The offense for Astronaut has not been there tonight.
And it's a good thing they had that deep ball, that 50-50 ball, otherwise we could be talking about a shutout right now.
Yeah. This Viera team has come back with so much veteran leadership. Head coach Tony Gulla has been trying to rebuild this program. His 3rd season took over after some controversy with the previous head coach. And, he's really laying the foundation here and, bringing physicality. And, from administration, from the top to the bottom, they wanted someone who would bring discipline and commitment. And here's Jonah Woodruff on the punt return. Goes out of bounds at the 30-yard line, and late flags fly. Could be for a late hit.
Yeah, just can't have that for your Astronaut. Obviously, it's not going well right now in the second half, but, I mean, might as well not shoot yourself in the foot here as the third quarter's coming to an end.
All right, end of the third quarter. Viera in full control here. They've got a short field to work with. We'll start quarter number 4 in just a few moments. This is Varsity Sports Nation from Astronaut High School.
Sportsmanship is having pride in your school, your team, and yourself.
Sportsmanship is having pride in your school, your team, and yourself.
Sportsmanship is having pride in your school, your team, and yourself.
Sportsmanship is respect for the game and those who play it.
The FHSA reminds you to take on the responsibility of good sportsmanship.
Play strong, play hard, play fair.
Fans, don't embarrass your school, your kids, or yourself.
It's just a game. Now be a great fan.
Be a great fan today.
Sports Nation. Unleash the champion within.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to Astronaut High School. This game is sponsored by Total Spine and Orthopedics. So this is the final play, an untimed down to end the third quarter. And Nelson keeps it. So there was a late hit penalty on the previous play, which led to an untimed down for Viera to end the third quarter. So now it is the end of the third quarter, start of the fourth coming up next. You're watching Varsity Sports Nation.
In the world of sports, every move counts. Every decision shapes your future.
At Influencer Council, we understand the importance of making the right choices and having wise counsel.
Our team specializes in legal counsel, ensuring every contract is airtight and every deal is in your best interest.
In this new world, financial responsibility is even more important than ever before. We ensure our clients understand this new responsibility and educate them on how to navigate it properly. Taxation obligations, investment opportunities, and purchasing assistance can mean the difference in their short-term and long-term success.
Our branding specialists work tirelessly to build and elevate your personal brand, making sure you stand out on and off the field. Join Influencer Council and maximize your opportunities. Legal, financial, branding, legacy. Your future starts here.
Come on, right? Oh, come on! Oh, what a bad call! You have no business being out there. Terrible!
You know, I'm a person too.
Tonight's game is sponsored by Total Spine and Orthopedics. Second down and 5 for Eric Nelson and this Viera offense at the 10-yard line. And that's a loss of yardage here on the play for Viera. So that'll make it 3rd and 7 now for Viera from the Astronaut 12-yard line. Nelson to Butler. Inside cut. Muscles his way inside the 10. Call it a gain of 3.
4th and 3.
So now 4th down for Viera.
Right, guys,
no sight of the kicker. They keep the offense on the field.
Yeah, it looks like they're just trying to deliver the knockout punch here.
This would certainly do it for sure. 26-7. The Viera Hawks coming into the home of the Astronaut War Eagles. A lot of offensive production in the first half. Here's 4th down. Nelson keeps it up the middle. Tackled up high. See where they spot the football. It'll be a 1st down for the Hawks. That's a killer for Astronaut.
Absolutely. You had a chance.
Just to have some sort of hope.
Yeah, no, I mean, you had a chance to potentially send them away empty-handed. Instead, now they're knocking on the door of another touchdown.
I think it goes unsaid sometimes, the beating that Eric Nelson takes each game.
Absolutely, but he's been magnificent for them tonight.
Nelson on the play action, looking end zone. And that one bobbled and caught last minute. Touchdown. Gabe Freeman on a toe tap bobble play. Complete for the touchdown. Second one of the night.
I feel like that's just kind of been a summary of how this game's gone tonight. Viera's just had it. And Astronaut just had another beautiful improvised play from Nelson. That's the 5th touchdown of the night for the Hawks.
It's the Gabe Freeman show tonight. Had no catches last week versus Deltona. He's got 2 touchdowns tonight. Only had 2 catches in week 1.
Yeah, talk about a turnaround for him. He's going to be big for them going forward.
Point after try. is clean. And how about this from the Hawks on the road, soaring high against the Eagles. 33-7 your score, 10:03 left to go in the game. Varsity Sports Nation from Astronaut High School.
Every day in the Tampa area.
All right, we're here with Maurice Allen, long drive champion.
Jared Oliver, Brian Kelly here at Astronaut High School, and it's been all Viera in the second half as well. 33-7 is your score. The Hawks go down on a short field to work with the score, and Gabe Freeman with his second receiving touchdown of the game. And here's King Rainey trying to make something happen, tackled at his own 27-yard line. Under 10 minutes to go here in the football game, and you got to think the Astronauts, they're probably running out of chances here to make some sort of comeback. We haven't seen the tempo offensively that they've needed to have. So it's been a struggle of a night for the Astronaut War Eagles tonight.
Absolutely.
Brian.
And again, it goes back to pace. They're going to need to pick up the pace, especially. They're going to need big plays if they want a chance. Regardless of if you have a chance to win this game, you do want to end this quarter on a high note. Regardless of how you play, you want to build some positive momentum going into next week, win or loss.
That defensive line for Viera has wrecked this game. Brennan Waldrop has had no time to really throw. And you got to give credit to the secondary for the Hawks as well, keeping everything in front. 1st and 10 for the War Eagles. Jaden Brown on the carry. He'll pick up 5.
Number 23, Jaden Brown for a gain of.
You kind of see a little bit of tempo there on this drive here.
2nd down. And another whistle.
Looks like Viera might have jumped on that one.
Was it a timeout? Timeout on the field. We'll keep it here. 33-7, 9:23 to go. I feel like I've run out of topics or questions to ask you. I mean, the score is what it is, you know?
Yeah, I mean, feel like the team's kind of given us a pretty clear depiction of, at least tonight, at least Viera's given, just punch after punch after punch, whether it's on the passing game or the running game.
I will say, though, at this point, you're playing for pride, and you're obviously trying to put some good stuff on film to get ready for week 4,
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes, 100%. Because, I mean, granted, it is bad. Astronaut, again, 13 points on the first 2 games, 33 here tonight alone. But you really do just got to give, positive tape and, get the bad taste out of your mouth now as opposed to next week.
Only 13 points given up for Astronaut in these last 2 games. I mean, this is one of those games you kind of throw away on tape, but at this point of the game, you just want to get some good looks. See what you can do and maybe make some adjustments going forward. Waldrop fumbles the football. Viera looks like they're there for it. And it's recovered. Nope. Jaquan Hagan's there for the recovery.
No gain on the play.
It's been a tough night for Brennan Waldrop.
Yeah, absolutely. And give credit again to that Viera pass rush. They've just been beating him up all night. They've been in his face all night, and it's just been creating no looks in the run game, no looks in the pass game. It's just been a rough night.
3rd down and 4 for Astronaut. Waldrop throws the slant, connects, ball comes out. That's a live football. And the Hawks recover. What a hit. Textbook.
That's just a beautiful hit. That ball popped clean out, and another turnover forced by Viera. Again, just not Astronauts' night.
We heard that hit from up here.
If you're Viera, honestly, if you're a coach, you gotta love what you're seeing from the defense. Even up 33-7, still hitting hard every single play, relentlessly pursuing the ball. I mean, that's gonna show up next week. That's gonna show up
that hit,
effort later on throughout the season.
That hit came from Seth Bluto, the junior. So once again, Viera's offense with a short field to work with, looking to deliver more pain. Pistol formation. Duke Butler, the running back. Woodruff, the motion man. Nelson dropping back, ad-libbing. He's got speed to get around the corner and gets out of bounds as he crosses the 30-yard line.
And I think him being a dual threat just makes him so fun to watch because he can ad-lib, he can improvise like that on plays where that go a little awry, and it really makes him much harder to guard, but much more fun to watch for us up here.
Coming into the season, Duke Butler did mention he wanted to work on his leadership, his communication with the offense, commanding the huddle, and also working through his progressions as the play unfolds. And we've seen a whole lot of that tonight, and really for the better part of this season so far through 3 games. $8:12 to go here in regulation. Pistol formation for the Hawks. Jonah Woodruff in motion. Handed off to Butler. Sticks his foot in the ground. Gets to the outside. Cuts back inside. They can't bring him down. Pumping the Pistons as he gets all the way inside the 20-yard line.
I mean, that was a man amongst boys right there on that run. It just took multiple efforts to take him down.
Run on the right side. Good for a first down, Viera. First and 10.
First down for the Hawks. Looks like Samuel, check that. Trying to get a number read there. Justin Mayo coming up limping, and he's not going to be able to make it off the field. That's the senior linebacker, 6'1", 220. So the trainers will attend to him. We'll take a timeout as well. 33-7 is your score. Viera almost to the end zone again. You're watching Varsity Sports Nation. Tonight's game is sponsored by Total Spine Orthopedic. First down and 10 for Viera. Derek Schmadeke in at running back. The Hawks trying to add to their lead. Under 8 minutes to go. Schmadeke on the counter. Stays on his feet and going to be tackled for a loss. Good pursuit by the defense for the War Eagles.
Absolutely. Good to see some good heart and hustle. Even no matter the score, no matter the time, just still fight on every single play. That's exactly what you want if you're a coach.
He had some assistance by number 45, Malik Thomas.
Good tackle by Malik Thomas. 5'10", 195 sophomore linebacker.
Viera.
Approaching the 7-minute mark. Second down and 12 for Viera from the 20. Nelson keeps it, making moves, pitches it last minute to Woodruff. Oh, what a play from the offense. Touchdown, Viera. Great ad-libbing by the quarterback, but there is a flag.
I would be ashamed if that one called back because that's another highlight reel play. It's a beautiful read at the last second with the pitch, but looks like that's going to be coming back.
They're going to call a block in the back on Viera. No, check that, illegal forward pass.
Ooh, interesting. Interesting.
I don't know, man.
I thought so too.
It looked like he was behind Woodruff. Too bad we don't have instant replay.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have that next season. What a play, though, by Eric Nelson, man.
I mean, still heads up regardless, and still,
some good
flashy playmaking.
Yeah, some good point guard distribution there.
5-yard penalty. 2nd and 17.
So Nelson will always remember that play. It just won't count officially. So it'll be 2nd down and 15 for the Hawks.
Kind of do what we did on the punt return, just, crap out the flag and just save for the highlight reel.
Right. 3rd down. Butler beelines, makes a man miss, falling for it. Nobody can bring him down. Touchdown, Hawks.
Run up the middle. Touchdown, Viera.
That's been the story all game. The run setting up the pass, but that time it was all Butler to finish things off. And Viera, we have a problem tonight. You're just too good.
And yeah, that's just another grown man run by Butler. Men amongst boys on that one, as Viera looks to cross the 40-point threshold here tonight.
Viera to attempt the extra point.
Brady Kramer on for the point after. We're 17 miles away from the Kennedy Space Center, and Viera has blasted off tonight. 40-7 is your score. And there is a flag down. And it's going to be a dead ball penalty. It'll be assessed on the kickoff. 6:19 to go here in the game. 40-7 is your score. Well, Brian, there was a thing for me last year. Every game, or mostly every game that I called was a blowout.
Mm-hmm.
I think, at least tonight, that holds true. We had one good game last week.
Yeah,
Came down to the last, well, not the last drive, but the final seconds. Seminole came away with the win, but for whatever reason, when I do a game here on Varsity Sports Nation, it's always a blowout. Same thing here.
And, last game kind of lacked the fireworks a little bit offensively, so at least we've gotten to a bit of a treat, with some of these deep passes, some of these chunk plays. But, yeah, you're right. Nothing short of a blowout here.
I'm starting to think I should stop showing up.
I'm sure some people want you to show up. It's just like, you're going to get varied results.
It's like that thing, certain broadcasters get certain games.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm the guy who's like, all right, if he's calling our game, it's going to be a blowout.
And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just you just want to be on the receiving end of that, of course.
So after the dead ball personal foul, Viera will kick this ball away from the Astronaut 45-yard line. It'll be interesting to see how Kramer plays this. Nope, he'll kick it deep. Goes into the end zone. Why not? Defense has been solid all night. All right, so once again, like I mentioned before, you're playing for pride. You want to get some good stuff on film and get ready for next week.
Yeah, and I hate to exaggerate, but I really do think you're right. There's only one good drive on offense and one good drive on defense that I think you could keep, because Viera scored on all drives but one, and Astronaut's been snuffed out on all drives but one. So it's rough on film, but you do want to get something here. You want to get a little feather in your cap heading into next week.
Next week, Astronaut goes to Space Coast for a road game. And next week, Viera's going to go to Titusville. 4 receivers set for the War Eagles. And they keep it on the ground. Draquan Jones wrapped up by a gang of white jerseys. Gain of, call it 3 on the play.
And yeah, what you really want to do if you're Astronaut here is you don't want to let this define your season, because you had a good start to the year. Obviously, your defense was clicking in the first 2 games. You can't let this derail your season. Obviously, it sucks getting blown out at home, but you got to get yourself back on track to keep your playoff hopes going.
And there are a lot of things that they did tonight that are correctable. Pre-snap penalties, fumbles, forcing the ball. Brendan Waldrop just had a tough night, but give credit to that defense for Viera for making life complicated. But a lot of the mistakes that they had tonight are correctable.
Yeah, and that's what gives me hope. That's what makes me feel like Astronauts should really just try and get something here for Pride because, like you said, a lot of it's correctable.
Here's a good RPO play here. Brennan Waldrop finding his tight end, Liam Byrne, for a good gain. Picks up a first down. I would love to see, and I know they've tried tonight, but Astronaut, they need to get the play in quicker and, generate some bigger plays because this season we haven't seen a lot of big plays from Astronaut. It's just been methodical drives, but when you're playing a team like Viera, you can't take up almost 8 minutes of clock and come away with nothing.
Yeah, and I think that the pace was something that really confused me. They took up 7 minutes, 8 minutes on that drive and got nothing, so they got to fix that heading into next week.
Viera with just too many weapons offensively. They strike fast, and they were due for a big game at some point, and it came tonight. But, you want to see Astronaut maybe get the play in quicker, create some tempo, and keep the defense a little bit off balance. But give credit, this is a Viera team that many people expect to make the playoffs, to get past the first round. And as we mentioned before, Tony Gulla has this program headed in the right direction. And you got to give credit to Logan Halleck as well in his third season, rebuilding the foundation here. He took over for the legendary Astronaut head coach, Ryan Halleck, his uncle. So things are turning around here at Astronaut as well, just not tonight.
Yeah, and that first drive might have had some of us fooled because, 8 minutes off the clock is no joke. Very methodical, but then they struck back-to-back-to-back 3 straight drives very quick. So, yeah, that Viera offense can score quick and in bunches.
Here's King Rainey. They've been trying to work this play all night and goes down there, and he does get up.
Something I will say, I'll give Astronaut, their fans they've been staying in the stands all night. Got to give them credit. They're riding hard for their team despite the loss.
Yeah. But, like I said, good things are happening here. Absolutely. Since Logan Halleck arrived. This is his third season. They've got new facilities, new uniforms. So from the administration at the top to the bottom, they are certainly investing in this football program, and things will continue to get better over time.
It's absolutely. Rome wasn't built in a day. It's all about just one day at a time, one rep at a time, one play at a time. And, you've seen that from Astronaut this year. Unfortunately, not as much tonight, but they've had a great start to the season so far.
3rd down and 6 for Astronaut. Waldrop dumps it off to Byrne. Byrne's been busy tonight. Puts his shoulder down and takes some pain there. These teams have been trading some paint tonight. Big collision there with Brian Moss. How about the freshman DB for Viera?
Yeah, that's what you like to see, even with 3 minutes left in this one. Guys still hitting hard. Guys still tracking the ball. Playing until the very last whistle. Love to see that.
Byrne took that one to the ear hole. Clock continuing to roll. Under 3 minutes to go. 1st down and 10 for Astronaut. They keep it on the ground. Brown with speed. Big time play. Gain of 20 yards and a 1st down to get in Viera territory.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want. You want those positive plays to put on film. You want those, see what you did right on those plays. Maybe adjust, make those adjustments for next week's game.
Pistol formation for the War Eagles. They go back to Jones. Picks up 9.
Yeah, that's back-to-back plays of 8, 9, 10-yard rushes. So Astronaut trying to cash in here with a late score.
Tackle made by Mason Mastro Leonardo. So Viera rolling the backups out there now. Most of the starters still out there for Astronaut. See if they can get a touchdown here on this drive. 1:50 to go. Jones. Short gain.
That's a run up the middle for a 1st down.
And that's good for a 1st down.
Sponsored by the card guy.
Once again, tonight's contest is sponsored by Total Spine Orthopedic. Crowd still active here.
Absolutely. Hey, nothing like high school football. Fans always into it.
1st and 10.
Had a few rain showers early on in the 1st half. Waldrop to throw with plenty of time over the middle. And that one almost intercepted, but knocked away from his own teammate and took some friendly fire.
I was about to say he played defense on his own dude.
There is a penalty. It's going to be on Viera.
But yeah, that's kind of what I like to see from Waldron, taking a little bit of a shot there, right up the middle. Fortunately didn't connect, but we'll get a little bit of penalty yardage here.
That was one of the biggest hits of the night, and that was friendly fire.
Hey, I told you, they're still hitting hard even with a minute left, but fortunately still on their own team.
So if you're head coach Logan Halleck, after this game, what do you tell your teammates? What do you tell your team headed into week 4?
I think you just got to keep the resiliency, obviously weather the storm. It's a long season, so you just got to keep playing your brand of ball, and good things will come.
Viera, 1 minute, 7 seconds away from going to 2-1. Lost last week. Great improvement here in this game. Waldrop, low snap. Jones with the carry, picks up 5.
Yeah, I'll add to that. Regardless of who you're supporting, whether it's Astronaut or Viera, I would advise don't get ahead of yourself. Obviously, we're getting a little deeper into the season, but it is still one game. Regardless, don't get too on your high horse of your Viera, and if you're Astronaut, don't get too down in the dumps. Next week, you celebrate this one tonight if you're Viera, but on to the next one.
Astronaut does burn a timeout, 54 seconds to go. Might as well take a timeout and try to strategize and punch this in for a touchdown,
Yeah, get a little bit of momentum here heading into the next week. Get some of that bad taste out of your mouth.
No reason to hold on to your timeouts at this point.
If you can't have them for next week, so.
Yeah, well, how about this turnaround for Viera? I mean, head coach Tony Gullah told us he wanted to establish the run game. He knew that Astronaut was a physical team up front, so they wanted to make their presence known. This is a game that you're going to be excited about. The players are going to be excited about, but there's a long road ahead. How do you manage and balance this success heading into the future and the rest of the way?
Just keeping your emotions in check, because you can obviously, again, like I said, get on your high horse, feel like, we're some great juggernaut on offense, and that might be true, but you got to really just keep yourself in check and just 1 week at a time, respect your opponent every single week. And this Viera team does have potential, though, 100%.
Viera has Titusville next, followed by Toho. Then they go at Cocoa Beach, then go to Osceola. Throw to the end zone, incomplete, looking for Ethan Flake.
Passing complete.
This is always a nice jump ball catch right there.
3rd and 5.
October 10th, Viera goes to Osceola, and that's a district game, the first one of the season. And Osceola, they look good this year.
And again, yeah, establishing yourselves establishing your identity early, that is 100% going to help Viera later on, especially in these tougher games, these district regional games later on in the season, or even playoff games if they are lucky enough to make it.
3rd and 5 from the 5. Astronaut trying to put more points on the board. Jones the back. Gets the handoff up the middle. Fights his way inside. Touchdown.
That's a touchdown for Astronaut.
If you're Astronaut, that's exactly how you want to end this one. End it on a positive note. Comes a little bit of the lead. Get some good stuff on film. And yeah, just look forward to next week.
Second rushing touchdown for Draquan Jones. Had a rushing touchdown last week against Gateway, so back-to-back games with a rushing score.
Lamont out to try the extra point.
Connor Lamont on for the extra point. So he goes 2 for 2 for the night.
The extra point's good.
So that makes the score a little better, 40-14. Astronaut chipping away at that lead. You got to imagine Viera's just going to sit on the football here and just take it on to the bus, right?
Yeah, and like you were saying, it's for pride, and I think that's exactly what Astronaut did, something they needed desperately. And so while obviously you're not going to go home feeling great, you still go home with a bit of a better taste in your mouth. And if you're Viera, obviously, you're thrilled with how tonight went, 40-piece on the road.
We've seen so many things go well tonight for Viera. What stood out to you the most?
Honestly, I think the big play. I think the big plays, the deep balls they had, it really helped them to move down the field with efficiency. I mean, it really helped a lot of them to also cash in on mistakes made by Astronauts. So just their ability to open up the defense. And again, I give credit back to that first drive that really set the tone for that.
And we talked about it in the open. I asked you who would have the advantage making the big play, and you were right. Viera certainly capitalized. I didn't think it would be this bad, but you got to give credit to Eric Nelson and this offense. I mean, they've got weapons on the perimeter, but they just put it together tonight for a complete performance.
Yeah, admittedly, neither. I didn't think it would be this much because you got to give credit to Astronaut. Very good defensive team, but again, good offense just beat good defense tonight.
Duke Butler recovers on the pooch kick from Lamoth. 40 seconds to go in regulation.
First down, Viera.
What a night from this offense for Viera. Came out the gate, 13 unanswered points. And nothing slowed down in the second half either.
And yeah, if you're a fan of offense, which most football fans are, I mean, what's not to like about what Viera did tonight? I believe it was six touchdowns in 7 offensive drives.
Yeah.
I mean, just amazing execution. Chunk play after chunk play, methodical drive after methodical drive. Flawless from the offense tonight.
Victory formation for Viera, their own version of it. Eric Nelson will take a knee.
Also one on the play.
I guess it's now technically 6 touchdowns and 8 drives, but I'm sure Viera will take that.
Either way, it's very efficient.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, nothing to complain about if you're head coach Tony Gullah. All right, so that'll do it. One knee, and then the rest of the clock will bleed to triple zeros here at Astronaut High School by the Viera Hawks. What a response after suffering a 14-6 loss last week. Offensive production wasn't there, but, man, what a turnaround here offensively for Viera here on the road. They go 1-0 on the road, and Astronaut falls to 2-1. Eric Nelson led the way, was certainly the catalyst for the big play downfield. And the Hawks get the 40-14 win. How about the night for Gabe Freeman? 2 receiving touchdowns, came into this game. No catches last week, only had 2 catches in week 1. So this was certainly the Gabe Freeman show with that connection with Eric Nelson. Brian, your final thoughts on week 3 tonight?
I honestly think Nelson was the difference maker tonight. He made 3 touchdowns, 2 through the air, 1 on his legs. He's going to be a big factor for them going forward. And as for Astronaut, again, he's got to burn this film. On to the next one. Don't hang your head too low on this one.
Final score, 40-14. Astronaut goes to Space Coast next week. And Viera, they'll go on the road as well. No, check that. Had my teams mixed up. Astronaut goes to Space Coast next week. And then Viera will go to Titusville. They'll play at Titusville against the Terriers. All right, that'll do it here for Varsity Sports Nation. Final score, 40-14. We'll see you next week. You're watching Varsity Sports Nation.
Thank you all again for coming out and supporting.
Super Patch is the most advanced wearable technology in the market, with 15+ years of research and development. Super Patches are 100% drug-free, non-invasive, and backed by science. Our skin absorbs and transmits information from many different types of stimulation. Every physical, emotional, and psychological function has a corresponding neural code or message in our brain that controls and regulates it. Due to factors such as injury, stress, genetics, etc., these neural codes can get disrupted, leading to poor health, wellness, and performance. At Super Patch, we've decoded these neural messages that manage the neural control of physical, emotional, and psychological functions. Every single Super Patch has a unique pattern of ridges in it, similar to a QR code. When these ridges come in contact with our skin, the receptors in and around our skin send a message to our brain, which then decodes it. This intricate pattern of ridges is known as vibrotactile technology, or VTT for short. When the patch stimulates the skin receptors, it generates and sends a very complex signal to our brain to correct the specific neural codes that may be disrupted. The effects are almost immediate. so you focus less on overcoming wellness and quality of life challenges and more on living a happier and healthier life. Whether it's improving your sleep, enhancing your sports performance, or unlocking other life-enhancing benefits, Super Patch has you covered. Try Super Patch today and start your health and wellness journey. www.superpatch.com.
Varsity Sports Nation. Unleash the champion within.